Alright, what's up y'all, it's LakerFan here. As you can see by the title of today's video, we're here to talk about the 2v2 meta predictions for NBA 2K23. Now, in my opinion, I'm just going to get straight to the video and straight to the topic. This is going to be a very familiar game as far as the meta for 2v2. So, for the last 2 years, I don't think this has been the case. I don't think post-lock, I don't think double bigs has been the meta for 2v2. For 21 next gen, it was definitely double ISO, and for 22 next gen, it really did become double ISO as well, with like 6'7" glitch metric builds, 6'9" glitch metric builds, stuff like that. And I don't think that's the case this year. I truly do think, whether you like it or not, I'm not a huge fan of it, but I'm okay with it, to be completely honest, I guess. But I think that this year's meta for 2v2 is 100% going to be either double bigs, like a stretch big at the 1, and then a 7-foot sort of like pure defending and offensive finishing type build at the 2, where really, we'll get into the like nitty gritty of this stuff pretty soon, but I just want to talk about how I also think locks and post scores as a duo are going to really rule in this game too, because post scores are looking souped. Anyway, long story short, with this video, I wanted to talk about those two lineups. It's going to be the double bigs, aka like a stretch and an inside, and then potentially the lock and post score as well. So I hope you all enjoy the video. If you do, for to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on noties, all that good stuff. Let's try this one to 3,000 likes in the first 24 hours. I now am recording these videos after we've started to upload them after like day 1, now day 2 of the embargo. It is insane how much love you guys are showing. I can't believe it, bro. Like, this is some life-changing stuff, and it's been a really exciting thing to experience, and just blessed, man. I gotta thank you guys so much for just all the support, and especially 2K as well. I gotta thank them for giving me this opportunity. Now, the one thing that I'm extremely intrigued to see as far as how people maybe will make these tall point guard builds, aka if it's gonna be like 6'8" to 6'10", something like that. As you can see, I actually have handles for days in tier 1 on this, which honestly is insane. Like, this is probably the best badge in the game as far as playmaking goes, 100%. And then even quick first step is still tier 2 as well. And then not to mention, with these tall builds, you actually can upgrade your ball handle to be able to get quick first steps. So it's not even only speed with ball oriented, or for that matter, on that 7-footer that we'll also showcase, that I have shown multiple times already throughout the course of this like 2K23 launch. Post control can also tie into quick first step. If you have 99 post control, you get Hall of Fame quick first step. That's insane. That's crazy. It also impacts unpluckable as well. So if you were someone who wants to make a build like this, where maybe you're a tall ball handler and you can afford the post control going to 99, that is insane as far as unlocking the playmaking badges off of that. So really crazy. I think this is still a really great build though. From a competitive aspect, maybe you drop the mid-range, but for 2v2 that might actually be really good. Not to mention too, to be honest with you guys, this also turns into its own form of toxic post-lock combo if you were to run this at the point guard, because realistically, this is what's going to happen. You're going to come out here with this build, and if you're maybe being guarded by a lockdown that you're going to have a really hard time getting open against, or just taking to the hoop and stuff like that, what you really can do if you wanted to with this kind of close shot, this kind of mid-range, is just literally post them up, have your 7-footer go down and crash the rebounds, and honestly just shoot over the dude, really. And it's an efficient style of basketball, especially for make it take it 2v2, and that's just how it is. So I'm not gonna sit here and like lie to you guys. If you were thinking that I'm gonna come out here and push an agenda of what would be the most fun thing to do on 2v2, that's not the case. I think 2s is gonna get really toxic this year. I think it's gonna be double bigs, like dexing off inbound and stuff like that with a build like this, 91 3-pointer, still a very capable ball handler as well. Decent defender, is really not even too horrible. If you wanted to invest more into rebounding than, say, like I said, close shot or mid-range, then go for it as well, because really what you could do is you could pair that 7-footer build with this, and the 7-footer could be a more of a true elite pure lockdown type build, or pure big, and maybe he could guard the ISO, and this build right here could just guard the big man and potentially have more like 80-something rebound and be more capable in that aspect. I'm just giving a couple ideas, a couple instances. I think truly though, this lineup, where if you do bring the 6'10" and the 7-footer, will struggle against the lock and post. So the reasons I say that as well, this 6'10" is going to struggle against the lock 100%. And then for the post score, I mean, if you're a 7-footer and you're trying to deal with that post score on the backside, yet that 7-3 super big post doesn't have to step up on the screens because it's just like a elite lockdown, locking this 6'10" up, like something super crazy, then really as a 7-footer and just like the true inside center, you're not going to be able to get open on the pick and rolls very often. So you'll have to resort to trying to post up that lockdown, but depending on the lockdown's height, it might not even be possible to do that. So really what I'm trying to tell you guys is that post lock combo is looking nuts. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull up a post score real quick. And also, I should mention to you guys, I don't have great footage or great captures of a true post score. Like, all I have right here is what was trying to imitate like a pro-am center, so to say, where it's going to be a pick and roller. You want it to be solid with pass accuracy. You want it to be like a great interior defender and rebounder. But if you're talking Park 2s, honestly, I don't think you need Hall of Fame rebound chaser. I don't think you need 99 rebounding. I think you could definitely cut out on that a little bit because it's very expensive. It's extremely expensive. And if you go down to 93, you can still get gold rebound chaser. Now, as far as the offensive abilities of this, obviously you would want to touch up on post control more if you revise this build. Close shot, debatably. I think, honestly, if you're a post scorer, you probably want something around at least like 93-ish. I didn't get a good look at all the master type badges and stuff like that, and etc., just badges like that. But you definitely want something in the high range for close shot. That's obvious. Standing dunk doesn't become extremely necessary. I do want to let you guys know, like, if you're a post scorer, I don't think you truly. Now, I think it'll be fun. I think it definitely would be fun to be a post scorer that has standing dunk, because with drop steps and, you know, doing people like that. But honestly, I see it right now. The exploitative, crazy hook shots over smaller defenders and just spamming them. You do not need standing dunk. You can mash people down low as well with the pump fakes and stuff like that with close shot, with 0 standing dunk for that matter. And you probably could even go 45 standing dunk just to get some animations for that matter. So personally, I think that's where you could definitely cut out on if you were making like a 2v2 post scorer type build. Not to mention the pass accuracy too, probably. I mean, it really wouldn't even be extremely important. Really, you're probably not passing the ball if you're that toxic post scorer stuff. So again, I know a lot of people are going to watch this video. They're going to be like, Lake, why are you talking about stuff like this? Why are you putting people on game to like what to look out for and doing this toxic BS? Listen, I have always been a fan of non-make it take it 2v2. I think it really would promote like extremely skill gap oriented play style where super tall mashing type builds of 7 threes and dudes who are just going in for extremely efficient takes in the paint wouldn't be rewarded quite as much. But to be fair, that's their court. 2v2 is where those dudes play. If you want to play something that is more along the lines of 3v3, I say just get into 3v3 for the most part. I know it's not easy for everybody to do that. You don't always have an easy opportunity, but it just is what it is. I mean, like, I can't change how the game looks or how the game is going to play, and I'm just trying to tell you guys, like, informative. Like, for instance, if I didn't tell you about stuff like this and you plan to make your 2v2 guard build and you were going to make it like a 6'4", 6'5" type deal, you think, oh, I'll be able to guard other PGs perfectly fine. Well, what about a 6'10" PG? Can you guard him? What about if you get stuck guarding a 6'8" pure lock who's crashing offensive rebounds for his 7-3 post score 24/7, and then you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose like crazy, and you wasted money because maybe you're someone who only plays 2v2. So I'm trying to put you guys on and just be real about everything. I'll never ever sit here and sell out and just not talk about negative things just because I don't want to ruin like someone's image of what they think the game might be or anything like that. I'm telling you guys as it is, and I'm trying to keep you guys on the lookout for stuff that's going to be extremely toxic 100%. So anyway, we can get a quick little look at a lockdown build as far as 6'7" and 6'8" will go for one that is gonna like crash the offensive rebounds paired with a build like this. Oh, it's gonna be so lethal. It's gonna be so devious, and don't expect me doing any of this. I'm a YouTuber. I'll never be respected at all for doing something like this. So just keep that in mind. I will say though, I think personally the style that I do want to do that will be fun is me and Kitchen. We go back to 2K19 where he had a 6'11" stretch playmaker that had 70 ball handle because he got his build like super high overall, because that was obviously the game that was hard to do that. And then I had my 6'11" rebounding athletic, and we played twos with it, and it was extremely fun. And I think this game reminds me of that a lot because of that 6'10" KD build that I was just showing you guys, paired with, I'll go ahead and show you the 7-footer real quick, paired with a build that looks like this. Now, I will say I'm going to revise this quite a bit. I know I've had a couple comments talking about what good are you as a slasher if you don't have speed with ball or ball handle. I'm definitely going to change it. I'm going to be maxing those two things out probably when it comes to this build. So I'll have to revise a little bit. I'll probably have to take like close shot down or something like that. I'll probably have to maybe cut out on maybe some shot blocking. I'm not exactly sure yet, but something's got to go. And maybe standing dunk is what it is too. So I'm not exactly sure. I would love to give it the max post control. I don't know if I'm able to pull that off though. So we'll have to see. Like I said, it's going to be revision 100%. I'm going to change it. Maybe I'll even make it shorter. Maybe I'll make a 6'10" or 6'11" if it looks better and more easy to do, so to say. But again, this would be fun. I think this is something that I would like to do that will still be very good on 2v2, is to pair up with Kitchen, and he can make that 6'10" point guard build, and I could be on something like this. and really dominate 100%. But I don't think it's on the same level of toxic as that lock and post score stuff. That's like, ooh, that's gonna be crazy good. So now let me pull up some 6'8" locks and stuff like that and see what you guys think as far as like the 2v2 craziness of it. Alright, so this is the build that I want to warn you guys about. And again, I want you to go into this 2v2 stuff with caution, because if you make a point guard specifically for 2v2, and then this is who you're matched up on, when this dude as his teammate has a 7'3" post scorer throwing up hooks on your big, oh, you're done. Like 99 offensive rebound with Hall of Fame rebound chaser with 87 vertical at 6'8", 7'6" wingspan, crazy ability to defend you as the point guard, still even with 86 prim D and really good steal block rating, stuff like that, into your D, really good speed at 83 still even. I mean, the strength is also good too. It'd probably get one more strength for the bully badge on like another tier. But and what would make it even worse is if a build like this is paired with a shooting big. Like if that post scorer can have 3-pointer on it and it's maybe lacking defensively a little bit. Honestly, as a post scorer this year, I think you truly could just cut out on defense quite a bit and rely on your lockdown to carry, get through screens, fight through screens, not demand very much hedge, and just literally carry the defensive end. And if you were to invest something like that into this build and invest that into your post score where the post scorer can shoot, can you imagine this build with Hall of Fame quick first step, 89 ball handle, really solid speed with ball? I know the acceleration is lacking a little bit, but then like this could even still be like a mashing like slasher style build. And again, I would excel extremely with a build like this, paired with a 7'3" shooting big or something like that. I'm not gonna sit here and say I won't do it ever at all, but I will say this is gonna get toxic. It's gonna be crazy. So just expect 2v2 is gonna be where the cheese is this year, and that's how it always was back in 2K. I mean, like 18, 17, 16, 15, 19, 20. This stuff never took skill. So it just is what it is. I want to put you guys on game with the 2v2 stuff and just let you know that double ISO stuff might not cut it. The only way it will potentially, if double ISO is the move, is if you can truly expose that post scorer at the big man position and like ISO him for constant buckets. But that's gonna be tough. This game's efficiency rate for like a shooting ISO player, in my opinion, is nowhere near the right efficiency rate to be able to deal with a post scorer who's gonna be 7'3", mashing the mess out of you, and just like he's giving you so many problems, especially considering, I will say though, one thing that gives you hope for that is that you actually can make pretty tall builds and be able to dribble. So potentially you could both make like a 6'8" ISO build or something like that, because as you can see, this one has 89 ball handle. But I mean, you're still gonna struggle to guard them for sure. But it is what it is. Maybe you could afford to make that 6'10" and like play the KD build at the big man. I don't know. But either way, just wanted to put you guys on a little bit as far as what to look out for 2v2, and just to kind of give you guys some insight. Because again, I mean, it is what it is. It's literally the game mode. It's always going to be toxic. It's always going to take no skill. It's always going to be kind of brain dead. I'm not going to post many videos on it, and it just is what it is. And if I ruin your 2v2 community, listen, someone else is going to. And honestly, community would have caught on to the fact that post scores and locks are extremely OP, and it doesn't change anything. Me posting this video does not change anything. It maybe informs those post scores and lockdowns that, hey, we can get on this early, but they would have gone looking for stuff like that in the first place. So if anything, again, I think this gets out of people's brains quite a bit, but I wanted to make this video to help the person who is making a 2v2 guard build and make sure that you don't run into that situation, because if you make that small guard build, you're getting snagged by this thing. You're getting absolutely destroyed on rebounds by this build right here, as dude's just throwing up contested hooks 24/7. So anyway, that's all video. Hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, for to drop a like, sub if you're new to the noties, all good stuff. Like I said in the intro, let's try this one to like 2,000, 3,000 likes in the first 24 hours. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore for them. I mean, I have no idea like what the frame of mind for what to expect for likes and views and subscribers gained and stuff like that is anymore. I'm lost. I'm just confused at this point. So anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed. If you made it to the end of the video, put lock or put post in the comments to support you made all the way through. And on that, hope you enjoyed. Take it easy, man. Peace.